Hi everyone, I'm Sarina Fazan, a journalist, producer, and the host of On the Record. Thank you so much for joining me for this podcast episode. And boy, am I excited because I have members of my dream team here from South Tampa Dermatology. Joining me in the studio and on the desk is Megan Thomas. We also are going to go to our virtual studio where we have one of my besties, Debra Schrils, like right there in the recliner. She looks so cute. And Jessica Hage. Hey guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks. I'm really so excited.
Very excited about getting a peel.
Oh yes, you are getting a peel for sure. Because last time on the podcast, I was the one, and you guys should go back and watch it, but I got Botox, which was really exciting, my Botox experience. And Deb, you got to ask all the questions. So now this time I get to ask all the questions. But I want to share a little bit more about Megan and Jessica. You guys not only work together at South Tampa Dermatology, you guys are besties.
We are.
Yes.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Yeah, we went to PA school together and we were roommates and we've been attached at the hip ever since.
That's so sweet. And they even have kids around the same age, right?
We do, and they're all best friends too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit, and we can start with you, Megan, since you're sitting right next to me here, 6 feet apart, of course. But tell us what you do at South Tampa Dermatology.
So I'm a physician assistant. I've been working with South Tampa Dermatology for over 4 years now, and I do a mix. I get to do medical dermatology as well as aesthetics, so it's a really great kind of back and forth. My day is kind of combined with the medical and the aesthetic, which is really fun.
Oh my gosh, and we're gonna have so much fun talking about it. In fact, we have some products here that we will be discussing very soon. But Jessica, I want to turn to you now. Tell us how long you've been at South Tampa Dermatology and what you do there.
Great. I've been at South Tampa Dermatology for 2 years now, but prior to that I have about 7 years of experience in dermatology and aesthetics. Like Megan mentioned, we do a really nice mix of medical and cosmetic dermatology, just really passionate about making patients feel confident and comfortable in their skin, no matter what they're interested in. So we're a great team, and we're really excited.
Trust me, I love you guys, and you guys are located at 2605 West Swan Avenue, really in my neighborhood of South Tampa in Suite 300. So Deb is a meteorologist and an attorney, and one of my, again, besties, so she gets the benefits. So today, Jessica, okay, I want to turn it to you, and Megan and I will ask questions and weigh in. Tell us what you're going to be doing today, and what is this peel called, etc.
Perfect. So I'm going to be administering the ZO 3-step peel for Deb today. It's a combination of lactic acid, salicylic acid, and TCA. It's really easy, it's tolerable. It's a quick, in-office procedure. People come in at lunchtime. Don't expect to peel for about 2 days or so after. So for the first couple days, really easy. And then expecting to really slough off a good amount of skin starting at about 30, 48 hours after. And Deb's actually had a peel before, so she is she's prepped, she's ready to go, she knows what to expect, but we're actually going to add on her chest today too, besides just her face. So we'll be able to work on some of the texture and sun damage there.
Yeah, you've got to love me, Deb, for all this, I got to say.
I do. I love you,
The
Sarina.
perks, the perks.
Can you tell that I always need those affirmations, you know? All right, so Jess, walk us through on what you're doing right now. Like as you're doing things, just share with us what you're doing.
So right now I'm prepping the skin with an alcohol pad. Really important to get it as clean and dry as possible so the peel solution can penetrate better and just be overall more effective. And I'm also kind of roughing up the skin as I go too, to allow with better penetration of the peel product.
So when you guys are talking about peels and 2 to 3 days, and when does the peel really take effect though too? Can you go outside? I mean, are you going to be very noticeably peeling?
Well, everybody's different and everybody has different results, but on those big peel days, typically like the 3rd and 4th day after, it's often very noticeable, but that's a great thing. Like, you want those big sheets of skin peeling off. You want to stimulate that cell turning over.
It's like a
so-
snake, right?
Yeah,
That's what they say.
yeah.
It's like you're peeling like a snake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
The
it
great
feels so
thing
good.
is, the great thing is with COVID, you're wearing your mask anyway, so I'm covering up everything that's peeling. So-
Exactly.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
advantage of it. Exactly. The silver
Absolutely.
lining, right?
And not to say that you can't go outside at all, but you'd want to be really, really diligent about, wearing a hat and minimizing your time outside, like, short interactions while you are peeling, because you can't wear sunscreen during that time. And we want to make sure you're very protected.
And I will say, the first time that I got this peel, I really felt like I was not prohibited from doing anything. I didn't really feel like there was downtime at all. I mean, there were a couple of days where I was peeling a lot, but again, I didn't even think about it really before I went out. I know sometimes there were people kind of looking at me like, what's going on with your forehead? Oh, I forgot I got a peel. That's right. But there really is very, very little downtime.
So Jessica, what are you doing? What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm applying a moisturizer as a skin barrier to really sensitive areas around the eyes. We're going to do around the nose and the corners of the mouth, just to protect those areas from absorbing too much of the peel solution, because they can be really sensitive and more prone to irritation.
So, okay, if she does that, Megan, you start walking us through the peel
Oh, yeah.
process too. And talk about, like, so she has a little fan there, right?
Yes.
But typically when you go into the office, you have a chiller.
Yes, we usually have the Zimmer chiller, and I was telling Sarina earlier, when I was pregnant with my 2 kids, I used to steal the chiller because it feels so good,
Those
and
hot
I would just
flashes
kind of
are
cool
real.
off when I was, real big at the end. But it was, it's something that we use to help for comfort during the peel. The nice thing about the peel is it really just kind of feels like you're under a heating lamp. It's not really super uncomfortable or painful. I definitely wouldn't say it's painful, but a heating lamp is how I would describe it. And Deborah, you can tell us what you feel when we get there, but the fan helps to kind of minimize that discomfort a little bit.
Yes, believe me, I've utilized it for sure. All right, so Jessica, where are we at right now? What's the step right now?
We're just about ready to get started. I'm going to start at your forehead. We'll work our way down either cheek, nose, around the mouth, and chin and jawline, and then we'll move down to your chest.
Do I need to start using the chiller now?
So I'll definitely let you know. So what you'll do is, when each area is dry, when the peel is self-neutralized and it's kind of frosted, created that white texture on your skin, then we can start to use the fan on each area, because we don't want the product to self-neutralize before it's ready, right? By cooling it down too much with the fan. So it usually takes like a few seconds or so for that to happen. Each subsequent pass self-neutralizes quicker.
All right, well, just let me know when it's time for me to use it.
Oh yes, I will. That fan is life-changing. When I do my peels at home, I use my kid's stroller fan, because it's, it is, you use what you have, and it's so comfortable.
Well, Megan and I think, Deb, you're really not going to have to be asking. You're going to know.
Yeah. True.
You may be right.
You're going to feel it, I think. You're not going to, But no, it's not that bad. It was so funny. So Dr. Linda Flynn, of course, who is the doctor at the practice, her husband, Jim, who I just adore, said, he said, Sarina, but you can be a wimp sometimes. And I said, I don't mean to be. I think I'm not too much of a wimp.
called
but
you out.
But yes, he did call me out. But I do appreciate that fan, I have to say.
Oh, for sure.
So, okay, so what are, explain to us, Jess, what you're doing.
So essentially, I'm applying the peel solution to the surface of the skin, and as the acids in the peel react with the proteins on the epidermis, they create that frosting. And that's how you know that that area has been adequately treated, and then you kind of move on to subsequent passes. And typically, depending on the patient and how they're tolerating it, how do you feel, Deb?
Fine.
Okay, great. On a scale of 1 to 10?
0.5.
Okay, good.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, and
Tough one.
each
I'll tell
pass,
you, Deborah's tough.
she's super tough. Each pass can get a little more like spicy, as we can say. But Deb is amazing, and she's
Spicy's
handling
a
it
good
like a
word.
champ. Yep.
I mean,
you
I would say now we're maybe up to a 1.5.
Okay.
Okay.
You can use the fan if you want on your forehead now. It's dry.
Jess, how many passes do you typically do?
Typically, we'll do about three to four, depending how the patient is tolerating it. Today, I think for the sake of the program, we'll probably limit it to like 2 or 3. But typically, if a patient is doing well, they're not super uncomfortable, and they have some, real pigment issues and texture that we want to work on, we want to do as many passes as possible. Sometimes that's like 5 or maybe even 6.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so as long as they're tolerating it. So Deb, I'm going to treat your upper lip area because there's an odor to it. I want you to breathe in through your nose.
Okay, should I put the chiller down, or is it okay to keep it up?
Actually, put it down for now.
Okay.
Good thinking, because we haven't treated diarrhea yet.
Right.
Okay, so breathe in through your nose, hold it, and then you're going to breathe out through your mouth when I tell you. Okay, relax. Good. Breathe out.
Well, I was going to say too, I mean, feel free to do as many passes as you want, because the last half of the show we're going to talk about, all the amazing products, and we can of course check back in with you. But let me ask you guys, like, as you're going through the passes, so we've talked about what you're doing, at what age should you start getting peels? Like, is there any, or even Megan, I mean, if I could turn to you, like, when should you start getting peels?
There's not really an age for, when you should start or that it's too late to start. A lot of times people start in their teen years for acne. We use this peel to help with hyperpigmentation after acne, how it leaves those little dark spots behind. It can really help to take those off. So, I mean, we'll start, with young patients. But I also don't want people to think, oh, well, if I haven't started when I was 16, then it's too late. The majority of our patients are, trying to catch up on sun damage and hyperpigmentation from that sun damage. So it's really, whenever you come in, we will let you know if that's the right thing for you too. For some people, chemical peels are the right way to go. For other people, it might be, one of the lasers or IPL or something like that.
No, I think you bring up a really, really great point, because, I didn't start when I was a teenager. I wish I did, but thanks to you guys, I did just start doing that. So I think we do need to stress that any age, if you're older and you've never done anything like this, I mean, do it.
Because it's not too late.
It's never too late. Exactly. So going back to Jessica and Deb, so how are you feeling now? And Jess, how many passes have you done?
We just completed the first pass. So Deb, how are you feeling?
Well, I definitely would say it's a little spicy.
Spicy. Yes,
what we're
for
using
sure.
now, yeah.
Tingly, burning.
But I mean, I would say maybe not even a 3, maybe a 2.5.
Okay. Great. So pretty easy, well tolerable, and we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes up a little bit with each subsequent
Yeah,
pass.
it's a little. I'm a little more sensitive here. That's where I feel it the most. I really don't
Yes.
feel it anywhere else.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the lip area is so vascular. It has so many nerve endings there too that it's really normal to notice it a little more uncomfortably there. So we'll get started on the second pass.
And the
so we'll
nice
put
thing
the
is
fan
that
down.
the discomfort goes away before you
It's
even leave
so
the office.
quick. Oh yeah, within
Yeah.
within a minute or two, like you're
And you
pretty
know
much
what?
back down.
That's really nice
Yeah.
because there's a lot of difference between the lingering pain
Yes.
and just having a little
Exactly.
bit of spicy pain.
Right, and
Right.
knowing that
Time.
it's so brief
Knowing
and
that it's gonna be
easy.
done. Yeah.
Exactly. So here we get started on round 2.
And what did you guys say to, like, there is no price for health, right? And for how you feel. And no matter what, it's how you feel.
Exactly.
That's so important. So to invest in skin, in fact, our general manager, Lowell Beckner, I love his wife. Am I allowed to call her out? I want her to get a peel with me. Now I want the two of us to go and get a peel. Her name is Jean. She's adorable. We were doing a show at the Current Hotel. I have to throw the story in. Little baby showed up the wrapper. So she had little baby come up and do an interview with me. I'm not kidding, guys. The most views I have ever gotten in my entire career. In my entire career, my interview with little baby reached like 1 million views, and it's all thanks to Jean Beckner.
Okay, that's hilarious.
MVP.
Yes, and I have to say I was getting a lot of compliments on my skin, but I had gotten the peel.
Yeah, I love my skin right after a peel because obviously you look really bright and it removes a lot of hyperpigmentation and the texture is so much better. I can't keep my fingers off my face after a peel because it feels like a baby's skin. It feels so nice, and I have to remind myself not to touch because it feels so good too.
How often should we get peels then? Like, for instance, now that Deb's doing this one today, when should, how often?
So again, it really is based on the individual. So let's say I'll use 2 different examples. So like myself, I'll do one like this time of year with all of the pollen just kind of congesting your pores. This is a really good time for me. I like to just exfoliate all of that off and get kind of a fresh start. But for other people, if we're dealing with like melasma, sometimes we'll want to do a series where we do a combination of the products to help, and then a series of a peel like once a month until we can knock down those more stubborn cases like the stubborn melasma patients or a lot of sun damage. So it really is tailored to the individual.
And that's what I need, to be honest with you, because I have that darker, pigmentation. Checking in though, again, with Deb and Jessica, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. I feel like maybe she's noticing the discomfort a little bit more.
Actually, no, it's
Okay.
not at all. I mean, if I looked like I was winching, it was just because I was trying to hold my breath while you were doing under my nose.
It does have an odor for sure.
But actually, it's really not bad. I mean, I am still between like a 2 and a 3. Now, is
Okay.
it okay if I do chiller everywhere
You
now?
can.
Okay.
You can, because you're all kind of frosted over. And I don't know if you noticed, but in some areas I'm like rubbing harder,
Yeah.
really being more aggressive. That in the end will give more of an aggressive result, but as it's happening, it's a little bit more uncomfortable.
Now,
But
are you being more aggressive on areas where you see more pigment?
Pigment, texture,
Okay.
some of the finer lines here.
Okay. Ooh, go
yeah.
to town on the finer lines.
Peels are great for all of that. And then when we're done with the application of the solution, we'll apply the 6% retinol cream, which will penetrate down to the dermis, the second layer of skin, and really help to slough all that off, stimulate the collagen, help with smoothing and tightening over time.
Okay.
So Jessica, are you going through then, how many passes have we done at this point?
We've done 2 so far, but we're gonna actually do a 3rd one, and then we'll do your chest.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, that's exciting. So how many years can that take off? One question before we go to the commercial break. How many years can a peel take off? I know every single person is different, but it could take off years, right?
Yeah, I think, Deb, wasn't it you who you got started with products and did a peel, and it was, we have a special photo at the office. There's a machine called Vizia.
Right.
I love that thing because we take the starter photo, first of all, and then we do kind of subsequent photos. It not only shows you your improvement, but it gives you what's called your true skin age. Anytime you get a true skin age that's younger than your own age, you get that's a little bragging card that you get to put around the office. So that's always a good one. But I mean, it can be years with just a couple of weeks of either products or a procedure. So taking care of your skin really makes such a big difference in your appearance, and then it makes you feel better too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with that, we're going to go to a quick break, but we will be right back because I want to talk about the products. So stay with us. I'm Sarina Fazan, and like most people, my skin is a priority. When you look good, you feel good. That's why I turned to South Tampa Dermatology, a full-service medical and cosmetic dermatology practice. Dr. Flynn and her dream team offer the products, services, and procedures I need to keep my skin healthy so I can perform at my very best. And they can do the very same thing for you. It's affordable, and your confidence is priceless. Just head to stderm.com or call 813-872-9551 to make an appointment.
At Precision, our mission is more than fixing broken garage doors
I think it looks great.
and selling new ones.
It looks amazing.
We aim to help those in need and to honor and lift up those who are making a difference
Thank you so much.
through our outreach program called Opening Doors in Our Community. People like Steve Chamberlain, who is fitting kids with prosthetic legs,
The people I've met, the families, we've changed so many lives.
or members of the military,
I'm the airman.
Oh boy, and I'm in the Army.
like Frank Elliott,
We're teamwork, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's why we're here for you today.
We appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we appreciate you.
and of course the people on the front lines during COVID, like Jessica, an ER nurse. At Precision, we want to thank everyday heroes for all you do. It was an honor to help you, and together, we are opening doors in our community.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Welcome back to On the Record. What a fun episode. I'm here with members of my dream team at South Tampa Dermatology. You just saw one of the commercials, in fact. It's so cool. But joining me in the studio is Megan Thomas here at CP Communications and Red House Streaming. And then on the virtual set, which is so cool, is Jessica Hage and one of my besties, Debra Schrils. It's very cute because Jessica and Megan are also very, very good friends. And so here we are all together. Okay, I'm hearing a whisper, are you okay? So Jessica, as we talk, before we go to the products, talk to us for people who might be just joining us, what exactly you're doing.
So I'm applying the ZO 3-step peel for Deb. We just finished 3 passes on her face, and depending on how much solution we have left after we do her chest, we might do a 4th pass over some of like her stubborn, mild pigmentation on her cheeks and kind of fine lines. But she's handling it like a champ. She said
it's really not, I mean, it's not bad at all. It essentially feels like maybe a little bit of a sunburn, but it's really not bad. And the great thing is it's not lingering. It's just, you know, for
it subsides really quickly.
a minute or 2.
Exactly. So I was just asking her if she was okay being done with the fan because like that fan or the chiller in the office is like so invaluable. It makes you so much more comfortable.
Absolutely. So we're going to check in with you guys in just a few minutes, but feel free to chime in. Your mics are on. So as Megan and I are talking again, if you have questions too, just feel free to chime in. But speaking, Megan, okay, speaking of, you know, so the peel she's doing is part of the ZO line, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the products right here. You guys put me on these products, I don't know, what would you say, like maybe 3 or 4 months, no, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
My skin has never, ever looked better, and I get more compliments, like, on my skin, you know, through social media.
Feel so good.
Yes. So this is, if you could talk about it, of course, we're very familiar with the name Dr. Obagi. I mean, a Syrian-born doctor, a Syrian-American doctor who lives in Los Angeles, who I really think revolutionized healthcare. But now he has a new product.
Yes, so Dr. Obagi used to have his old Obagi line, but now he's updated it. This is ZO is the newer line. And the nice thing about this line is rather than it being kind of a packaged, everybody gets, you know, the same kind of products, it really is more tailored to the individual because, you know, there are certain aspects of my skin that are going to be different from yours, and each of our patients has, you know, a different combination of not only their skin type, but whether they're more sensitive or more dry, or if they're more oily, or they have, you know, they can tolerate a little bit more. So the nice thing about the ZO line is that I can really pick and choose which products are appropriate for which type of patient, which is really nice.
It is really great. And lately, I just did my first little quick, you know, IG video that I'm demonstrating each of the products, you know, and right now, honestly, I would love to do it, but because of COVID, we want to be very respectful. Of course, we're all being very cautious. That's why we're sitting apart. But I talked about the toner, if you could pick that up.
Of course, yeah.
I love, and we'll go through all the products, I love toner. I feel like toner, can you explain what toner does?
So toner, one of the main things that it does is it helps to balance the pH of your skin. So we're not only trying to cleanse the skin and open up your pores, it helps a lot with that, but it also helps our products to penetrate better. So we're getting the most effect from the other products that we use afterwards. So with ZO, they have this kind of getting skin ready, the GSR that they use, that acronym, and that's kind of just prepping before you even put your main products on. We want to, you know, cleanse your skin, we want to tone your skin, and exfoliate. That preps your skin so that any of the products that we put on, we know they're penetrating and you're getting the best effect from them.
And you feel, I mean, it wakes you up. Don't you think? I mean,
invigorating, right?
It's very invigorating. And can you use it at morning and at night?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Most times we do use morning and night. And this is a really great one as kind of a across the board. People really like this one. Even people with sensitive skin, like I have pretty sensitive skin, and even this one is great for me. But for, you know, our acne prone patients, we have either the oil control pads or the complexion renewal. So again, I can tailor it, which is really nice. But this is a great one that even people with sensitive skin can tolerate, which is nice.
And kind of to that, like, I feel like there's a general misconception about toner that, you know, oh, it's going to dry my skin out more, like I have sensitive skin like you were mentioning. And this is witch hazel based, so it's a lot more mild and gentle. And even for the driest skin patients, like, it's really easy and well tolerated.
I'm glad you said that because I know, I do think people do, may not realize like the benefits of toner. So if you want to go through some of the other
Yeah,
products,
sure.
that hydrating cream too is awesome.
Oh, this one's great. And in fact, using a hydrating cream after the peel is super helpful. So Debra's going to really love using a hydrating cream throughout her peeling process. She'll be reapplying that. So that it's one that feels really nice as well. It doesn't have that kind of tacky sensation. So the great thing about the hydrating cream is that it helps to restore the barrier of the skin. So people talk about, just using moisturizers. Well, I don't just want to put moisture on my skin. I want something that's going to actively repair that barrier of the skin. The way I explain it a lot of times to patients is if you think about your skin like this big brick wall, okay? We want to repair that mortar, that cement that helps seal it off and really help to strengthen it from, outside irritants and from losing moisture too.
Gosh, I mean, I think that's such a great, way to put it.
And so let's kind of go through
Okay.
and see what we've had you. I think, let's see here. So, the exfoliating accelerator. So this is one for more tolerant skin. And Jessica, I'll let you jump in on this one if you want to as well. But I think we had you on this one when you were doing the pigment control regimen.
Yes.
The more aggressive regimen.
Exactly. So this one really helps. Again, we're trying to get the most out of the products that we're using. So adding the exfoliating accelerator in helps that hydroquinone, that active ingredient, to really penetrate better, and we get a better effect from it as well.
One thing I love about these ZO products that I do want to point out is I think a lot of people with Obagi, which was great, the original line, but what we would hear about it was like, oh my gosh, there's like 8 different steps. I know for people like me, Debra is great about this. Like she is focused. Maybe it's the attorney in her. For me, it's like, oh my gosh, but there's another step. There's another step. So while it would work, it was difficult for me to stay on the routine. With these products, what's great, there's only like 3 or 4 that they might put you on, right?
And you can tailor it. Exactly.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So this was the older one. This was the one that we had you on originally in that that more aggressive regimen, the pigment control cream. And this is the one that has the 4%, the prescription hydroquinone, the pigment control component of it. But we can only use this for so long. So this is what we kind of start with. We hit everything really hard, get it knocked down. Throw a peel in there, throw a procedure in there, and then we get you over to more of kind of a maintenance, and that's where you're at right now. Now that we've kind of finished up with the hit it hard portion of it. So let me see where your.
I love that AM that like right.
So this is the vitamin C. Let me see. I'm going to try and get kind of where your regimen is right now. Okay, so in the mornings after you're doing your getting skin ready technique, we do the daily power defense, and this feels like a moisturizer, but it actually does have DNA repair enzymes in here. There's a little bit of retinol in here, but it's safe to use in the morning. So usually this one will go on after you do your getting skin ready. And then the vitamin C, we put over top of it a strong antioxidant, and you always want to follow when you come in, we always write out your little cheat sheet.
I know, it's fantastic.
I always tell patients just to take some Scotch tape and tape it to the mirror for the first week. And that way you kind of have a little cheat sheet to remind you how to do it, because you do want to, apply them in a specific way, because the vitamin C has a larger molecule size. So yeah. If you
Love
wanna
it,
know the nerdy components behind it. So, so that would be, and then of course, always sunscreen. Sunscreen, the most important part of your routine, no matter what you're doing.
Your best beauty secret.
Yes, and I'm so upset with myself because I've 13-year-old Sammy is, I talk about her all the time. My daughter that you guys gave her, in fact, in one of the videos, she's getting, a peel when we were talking about age and everything. And I'm really proud of her that she's starting with sunscreen now, because I wish that I had done that, and it's so simple. And Jim Flynn does get on me on that, and he's right. He's like, did you put on your sunscreen? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right, I need to put on the sunscreen. But as far as sunscreen brands, what should people go to? Does it matter, or is it what you're comfortable with?
So there's multiple different brands what you want to do is, again, try to tailor it to what is your activity for the day. So I love Elta MD. That's a brand that I've worked with in multiple different settings. ZO has their own sunscreen as well. And then Elastin is another brand that we use a lot of, and their Hydrotent, that's what I wore today because it's more of like a BB cream. So when I want to pretend that I wear makeup, that's what I use. And then they have like the Sport. If you know you're going to be out running around, you want something that has a little bit more water resistance so that you're not having to worry about reapplying it so much. A lot of times you want to use a mineral-based sunscreen, so like zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, but most times to get that water resistance component, there has to be a chemical component to give you that longer water resistance time period. So a lot of times I'll recommend doing kind of a combination where it has zinc or titanium as a main ingredient, but then we also have a little bit of a chemical sunscreen to balance it out too, so you get a longer effect as well.
I want to do a whole show actually one day on sunscreens, you know, comparing department store, like office brands to your local, drugstore brands, because I think a lot of people have so many questions, but we're almost out of time for this one. I
could go on and on about it.
But no, I think we should do a whole show, honestly, on sunscreens.
It's
what
the
do you
most
think,
important
Deb?
part.
Yeah, what do you think, Deb? Will you join me on my show about sunscreens?
Absolutely.
Next topic.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I never really was big on sunscreen when I was young, and now absolutely, not only do I wear sunscreen, but if I'm at the beach, I wear a huge brimmed hat. You will never see a picture of me at the beach without my hat.
Were you a baby oil user?
I have to say, I never use baby oil. Okay. However, I did use the oil that had like the tanning oil SPF.
You
like
weren't
a tanning
one of those.
oil. Yeah, a tanning
Deb,
oil.
were you
I
one
would
of those
do
with
that.
the aluminum foil on the
Oh,
roof?
Lord.
Those are my favorites when they come in.
I even use baby oil, so just have to be honest.
It's a real
but
thing,
can't change the past, but moving forward with much better habits and protection, I think is important.
Absolutely, and
sure.
as you guys said, it's never too late to start. So Deb, as we close out, how are you feeling, girl?
Actually, I feel fine now.
She did great.
I mean, no pain at all. Feels great.
Well, awesome. Well, you know what I always say, guys. Always, like, you look at your hairdresser. I love my hairdresser, Miriam at Chateau DM, and I feel like she does my hair fabulously, and Blow Bar Express that blows out my hair, right? And you look at the girls that do it, and they look great. But you and Jess, I know you have your mask on. Megan, you don't. Oh my gosh, their skin, Deb, isn't it amazing?
Yeah, beautiful.
The most beautiful skin. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful.
We have lots of great resources.
Yeah.
No,
we want everybody to be able to look in the mirror though and feel like I don't need to wear makeup.
Exactly.
My tinted sunscreen is all I need today.
Absolutely. But you guys are great examples, and so I love having my dream team. Thank you for coming in. Yes,
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Until the next time, right? And so thank you again, Megan Thomas, Jessica Hage, Debra Schrils, South Tampa Dermatology, 2605.
Correct.
West Swan Avenue, Suite 300. Absolutely, right in South Tampa. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of another episode for On the Record. Thank you again so much, everybody, for joining us. Please share this podcast, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms. Believe me, I am everywhere. And you can subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay safe, everyone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sarina. Happy birthday to you.
Hey Sarina, happy birthday. Hope this birthday is the best ever. And by the way, thank you for helping us unlock the treasures of Tampa Bay. I wish you a fantastic Sarina Fazan day.
Hi, Sarina Fazan. Happiest birthday wishes to you. I love you. I'm so blessed you're a part of my life. Thank you for being such a good friend to me. I wish your next trip around the sun to be filled with so much love and joy and great adventures, good health, and just so many fun memories, so much laughter, all about fun. So I just hope to be a part of a lot of that with you, and I wish you the best birthday ever. I love you. Thank you for being in my life.
Happy birthday, Aunt Sarina. I hope you have an amazing day. I cannot wait for Utah, and I'm so happy I got close to Sammy. Love you.
Sarina, Michael Murphy here from the gallery, and I hope that you have a rockin' birthday. And I got my friends from KISS here saying happy birthday, so I hope it's great, and I'll see you soon.
Happy birthday, Sarina. I hope you're having a great time celebrating. Woo-hoo.
Sarina, just want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have the most wonderful day celebrating you. You know, you are the epitome of community service and working for your community. The things that you do is just extremely inspirational. I value your friendship, everything about you. You're just an amazing, amazing woman. And I am so glad to be your friend and associated with you. And I have a little guy here that wants to say happy birthday too. Say happy birthday. You gonna say it? Say happy birthday. I hope you heard that. But again, hope you have a wonderful and an amazing day, and we'll catch up soon.
Happy birthday, Mama. I hope you have a good birthday. Thanks for doing everything you do for me. Love you, and well, this is happy birthday. I can't wait to celebrate.